You just gotta work on the UI. No, there's not gonna be a UI. I can show you what it's like, but I don't want to accidentally transfer my files. 1 second. No, there's no UI. It's just terminal, bro. It's just gonna be terminal. The only thing that I want to do, that I really want to figure out, is triggering it when the 3DS connects. That's what I want to do. If I nail that, then this is a success, like, to me. I already have done so much, but I think I've done a lot, learned a lot, but yeah. Now? Hi Tony. Do you want to see? I can't really show much though. Wait, 1 second, I'll show you. Yeah, what was that? That was nothing. It was my partner. She wanted the chair. We're sharing a chair. That's all. Give me a second. I just need to find it. Data, projects, repositories. Yeah, we just share a chair because I have the bouncing ball. Remember? So I use that sometimes, and then I just use standing. I just standings. Okay, so So base, I won't execute anything actually, but I'll just show you. I'll just show you what it is. here you go. Let's have a look. I don't want to flash that though. That's a flashbang. I shouldn't do that. 1 second. I'll hide the first part because the first part is probably not needed. So up above this area, I have the so above this enum is it's the file paths. Okay, I have the file paths up there. Okay. Over here, this is where I'm declaring a bunch of the functions that I use or that I'm using. So I'm using. This is what I created these functions. And then I can just go through the flow. Okay, what's up? What's the question? Doesn't it create its own folder? No, I don't. I haven't done it. I haven't done that. No, because my intention was just like just get the path for the NDS where the save files are, and get where I put the emulator ones, and that's it. It doesn't create its own folder. I have no need to create my own folder. I could, but I don't need to do that. That's not the purpose. So I'm not doing it. Assuming you give it to if I had to give it to somebody else, then yeah, I'd have to do something like that. But honestly, even if I was to give it to somebody else, I would just tell the instructions to say, please tell me, please have your file path ready, and then I'd create a config file or something that this script would point to, so that you would put in your own file paths where the destination and where the other destination is. I think that makes way more sense, and it's easier to use, and I don't like generating directories unless it's something that is like, you know, not directories that I assume that are already there on the computer or on the NDS. Does that make sense? That's how that works. So because I have those directories already, I don't need to append new ones or create new ones, because then it might get a bit messy. So I'm like, okay, I have my paths, I know my destination and all that stuff. So yeah, so here I'm not gonna go into too much detail as to what it exactly does. It's a bit messy, and it's probably not the best way to do it, to be honest. This is just pure, I did my best to kind of think about it logically and go about it like that, okay? It's not like the best implementation. I'm not saying that it is. I just, most of this was without much reading into other people's implementations. It's just my way of doing it. So this is how I laid it out, okay? So the main function is where things run. This is where things happen. This is where, that's just a brief explanation. This is where the program starts, basically. When the program starts, I set a bunch of variables. These variables I'm setting here are basically, so for example, this char from directory is, if you imagine this is a string. I know it says character there, but I'm basically declaring a string by making it an array with a size limit. I've set it to a size limit of 1024. This is just arbitrary. It's just like these paths could get really long, so I just thought 1024 seems excessive, but should be fine. It's like the character amount, so like for example A, B, C in that string, that's the amount, including / and all that stuff, okay? So these are the two strings that we care about. I set it to the null terminator for now. So this one is empty. It's basically empty. I'm basically saying I'm just instantiating it as empty, just for cleanliness. It's just for my eyes. It's easier to kind of understand this. Then here I've put the selected save file as 256. This is the save file's name, if that makes sense. This is the name of the file, the .save files. Because the .save files are going to be the same name across the NDS and the destination folder, which is the emulation folder, the emulated .save files, they're the same name, right? Including the extension in this case, because MelonDS, it consumes .save files just fine, and it's got a native conversion. That's why I don't need to worry about converting, but I do want to do the converting, so I won't talk a bit about that, but basically that's that. Then I have user input. It's just a generic thing to consume user input. I would say that these two could be considered as some form of input, and but this is the most pure version of input. Okay, then I declare a boolean. It's a boolean, but I'm just not using the library, so I'm just using an int instead. So int 1 is true in this case. So I'm saying that, hey, listen, the program is going to start to run. So I've set this flag to running, and then I've also declared, oh, this should be up here. This is a bit messy, but it's actually not bad. This one here is my own structure. So this structure is actually, is it up here? I don't know if it's up here. Oh yeah, there it is. You see here, this is a structure, and one second. Yeah, so you can see enum menu states. So state, how I've imagined the whole program to be like, is like it will enter a series of different states. So for example, let's say you're inside of a room. You can only ever be inside that room or outside that room, right? So every state is never going to be at the same time. So an enum is a perfect kind of tool for me to set that, because an enum can only ever be one thing. So for example, an enum can only be a main. It can only be transfer select. It can only be transfer execute, etc., etc. It can't be two things at the same time. If that makes any sense to you whatsoever. So the idea is that I've set up this my own type to use, and that type I've initialized it, or I've given it an initial variable of main, or an initial like value of main, which is that initial kind of thing over here. Then I start the program. So I declare this while loop. This while loop is the heart and soul of the entire program. It's, in fact, everything is containerized inside of here. Everything is running inside here. All of the variables are declared, and now the program has started to run. So things have started to run, the engine has started, now things are running. So the program won't stop unless I explicitly set this running to off. And that will only ever happen when the state changes to exit, which I don't even think I've declared it here actually. It's a bit messy. See, I haven't even completed exit as a state. Or maybe I have somewhere else, but anyways, here is the first thing that occurs. The first thing that occurs is that I basically check the different states that happen. You can see here that I'm checking the current state in this loop. I'm saying like, oh, if the current state is main, then we're going to enter this section here, and we're going to, over here, this is not necessary, but I'm just basically trying, I was testing to see the different, what the file was at different stages. You can see here I'm testing at different stages if I was transferring, because I had some issues today. But anyways, we enter this main state, and we run this function called main menu, and this I've put the information in a different place, but we take in the current state because I'm going to manipulate that state inside of the main menu. I also take the user input because the user input is going to be used for like what the user is going to select. I also take the directory, the from directory and the to directory, because I need to manipulate these directories depending on what the user selects, because a from directory could be the NDS folder, but it could also be the other folder as well, remember? Because these are like malleable situations depending on what you want to transfer to and from. So let's jump into the main menu. I won't jump too deep depth, but basically I have a switch case here. It does look a bit messy, I apologize, but here I consume all those things that I declared earlier, and then I'm using them in here. So for example, the user input over here, I'm calling this function. This is basically asking for input, and then I clear any artifacts that may occur after that input that the user provides. Then I say that, alright, if the user selects number 1, which over here you can see NDS to melon. So if I say NDS to melon, then we can see here that what's going to happen is if they select that, it's going to change the state to this one here called transfer select. This means that we're going into the next menu. We're going to change the state from main menu to the next state, which is transfer select. And then we're going to make sure that we are copying in the directory which is a global variable that I set up. So that path at the top of the file that I haven't showed, that path, I'm going to pass it into the to directory, because we're taking the, we want to go from NDS to melon. So the from directory is going to be NDS, because we're moving from this directory to the melon directory. So that's moving that save file from the NDS to the other one, if that makes complete sense with you. So let's say we go with case 1, right? Then we break this switch case, and then we move down past this, and it goes to return 0. So it means that the function has successfully resolved. And then we go back all the way up here, and we continue the program in that main thing. And now remember, our state has actually changed to transfer select. So we moved down to continue the loop, and we say, oh shit, it is equal to transfer select. All right, let's go have a look at this function here that we call inside of here, and it's called select save menu. So this is a different menu that basically first begins its life cycle by opening the directory of the from directory, right? Because that's where we want to read a bunch of file names in there. So this was probably one of the harder parts, and I had to, as you can see, I kind of broke it down for myself over here. This was hard, and I'm still kind of overwhelmed by the amount of stuff I learned in the past 2 days, so forgive me if I'm not too explaining this well. But this part here, basically how it's working is I'm using a library called I believe it's called directory entry.h, or drent.h, and this specific library I would say I believe it's a pseudo library. It's not a pseudo standard library. It's not like super standard, and it's generally portable. So, you know, it's generally fine to use across different places. But that's what I've read up. I cannot, because I haven't tested this, right? But because my computer is a Unix system, and I'm using some Unix libraries. That's what I'm using. I'm using Durant, right? I've set the so basically how I understood this, again, I'm still kind of understanding this. Here, I'm taking the from directory, and I'm calling this open function. So I'm basically, imagine you're opening the folder, you're opening the file, and you're opening the box basically, and you're looking inside. This structure called dirent is probably one of the things that I need to get clarification on, because honestly I'm a little bit concerned. I kind of just got some of this code from online, and I tried to implement it on my own way. So forgive me if I'm following tutorials as, you know, a sin or whatever. But I was following a tutorial, and this is kind of what they explain. Basically, the direct entry, so the directory entry is basically the stuff inside of the box. So basically, it's not the box opening and viewing it. This is some of the entities inside of the box. So the reason why I kind of envision it to be like that is because here you can see here that I'm invoking this thing called entry dname. So this is the I believe this is the name of the the file inside of the folder. So what I'm doing is I'm checking the directory inside of there. I'm invoking the names of those files, and you can see here that I'm displaying those names with and I'm appending them into this over here. 1 second. Yeah, so over here I'm using stir copy to take in the name of the file with the .save over here. So here I'm also checking to see if it is I'm only consuming .save extensions. And then I'm putting them into an array called, or a 2D array called file names, and that will list out all of those file names with the little numbering system over here. So it says here, save files available for transfer. You can see here that I'm taking those file names, and I'm placing it next to a %d, a digit, and I'm calling the numbers plus the name of the name of the file there. And then basically I'm just displaying the files that are available inside of that directory, aka the NDS folder, which if I'm going from there to the other one. So I see the stuff inside of NDS folder, and then and then we obviously exit that function, and maybe we select something. So let's say I select the first save file. So I press 1 and press enter, and as soon as I press enter, the state changes again, by the way. So that state will then change to transfer execute. Once that happens, we go to transfer save data. This is where the engine basically happens. This is where all of the juicy stuff will occur, and this is where the most modifications will happen after today's stream, because I have a bunch of stuff where I need to do things. Here, I've basically passed in the from directory, obviously, and the to directory. And then what I do here is I decide to construct. This also is a new function to me. I had to read a book about it. I had to read the book that I was reading and refer to that to get this, because I had never used this before. Usually I always think of printf as something that you display on the terminal, but actually this one here is we are connecting two of the string literals of a directory plus the save file. So what that means is I'm taking the directory path and I'm concatenating, or I'm adding to that path, at the end of that path, the selected save file name. So basically right now I'm essentially making the the from file, I'm assigning it the combination of directory and the selected file. That's what we care about. So I got the from file, which is the NDS, and the to file, which is the melon save file location. And then here we're going to start to open those files, right? So here we from the from file pointer, we're opening it up. We're opening that file up, and we're reading it in binary. So reading binary, or reading bytes, sorry, not binary, I apologize, reading bytes. And I'm consuming all of those, basically the idea is to consume all the data inside of there, and then place it in another file, located in the to file, with the same name and the same extension, and pasting that data inside of there as basically I'm just copying and pasting that information into a new file called that. Sometimes there'll be a file already in there with the same name. If I do that and I run this process, it'll just overwrite that previous file. Basically I'll be making a new file and it'll replace that file. And so that's basically what we do anyways when we drag and drop things or copy and paste things. It'll ask us if we want to replace it. Here I'm just going for it, you know what I mean? So this is basically that entire process, and you know, it'll consume all the, you can see here, this here is consuming all the characters, and it's pasting it in here, and I'm closing the files. We have to make sure that we close the files because you don't want to leave them open. Essentially that's how you have to think about it. It's like you're opening these files, you also need to close them because that's just good practice. And then the transfer is complete, and then what I do is I return 0, so that means the function has completed. And when a transfer execute state has been, you know, completed, what I like to do is I like to turn off the program, because that's really what the intention was. I just want to go from pressing a few buttons, which is like 2 buttons maximum, and then my files are transferred. I should exit out of that program. I don't want to dilly-dally around in the menu system unless I'm doing other things, which here you can see I've got some other menu items from the main menu that I obviously can navigate around. Maybe I want to change the file path perhaps. So this is Tony, what you were speaking about. How does one change the file path, or how does one do that? So I'm planning on implementing this here, and then it's done. That's it. And so it'll say running 0, and then the transfer is complete, and it'll exit this while running, and then it returns. That's it. Boom. And that's it. That's all I needed to do, and it works. And I can go the other way around if I wanted to. I can go back and forth. It'll be it's very simple. That's just all I wanted to. All I wanted it to do was move the file. As soon as I connect my 3DS, it should move that file to that other file. That's kind of it. But also on top of that, I thought I needed to do some conversions, but I don't, because the emulator is happy to consume that information, and also my DS also consumes and handles that information just fine as well. So actually, if I'm trying to like stop at this point, it would actually work as intended. All I need to do is make it a little bit easier to read for myself. Obviously some of the stuff I'm using magic numbers here, absolute elbozo. This needs to be displayed somewhere up here and put up there in the defines, and in the macros up there. But that's it. That's my. Yeah, shouldn't you just give an option? Give an option for what? Sorry, I was rambling a bit. Option for. Closing the program? No. Honestly, I thought about it. I really did. If this was supposed to be a fully fledged kind of program, yeah, sure. I'd give it. I would turn this off, and you just send them to the main menu, and then they can just exit. There's an exit button there. But honestly, once I'm done the transfer, I don't want to deal with this. Like, I don't want this program to appear. Like, for me, this is personal, right? I'm just working as if I'm personally using this, and once I'm done, I'm done. I don't want to bother sticking around. I'm good, you know? Because I don't want to do any more inputs. I don't need that. Press escape to leave and press enter to go back to menu. Yeah, I could do that, Tony, but I don't really want to do that. You're right, I could do that, but I just... for me, personally, I don't really need to... I don't need to go back to menu. I don't need... There's no reason to. That's just me. If this was something, obviously, that I was distributing out, then yeah, you're probably right. And I probably would do a lot of things differently, including probably making this way more efficient. Because I think some of the stuff is redundant in the way I'm handling things, and it's probably true that I need to, you know, get better at it. But like, honestly, this is just a little fun project that I thought, you know, maybe I can use my skills to do it, you know. But you didn't say you can only do it one at a time. Oh yeah, okay. Here's where I went back on my word. I told myself that I would. Yeah, you're right. I did tell you this yesterday, where I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to do one at a time, over and over again. But then I thought about it, and then I realized I'm only really playing Pokemon right now. Do I really want to go through that effort? It is an excuse. It is an excuse to not do it, but I'm happy with just doing the one file for now, and then if it works, then I will add some way to select multiple files. So rather than doing what you said about asking him to go back to the menu and then reselecting things over and over again, rather than doing that, actually, it's a little bit easier to do it in a way where, let's say, for example, let's say I'm running the program right now on this terminal, okay? And it's waiting for my input. You can see down there it's blinking. Instead of just selecting one and then I press enter and it does the process, instead of doing that, I can actually go 1, 2, and maybe 4 and 5 files I want to transfer, and then I press 0, and 0 is like a exit character, and basically it'll iterate through 1, 2, 4, 5. So it'll take all of those files and actually transfer all of them at once. That's something that I probably could do, and it probably is a wise idea to do, but honestly I'm just lazy. I saw something go bang and I was like, yo, it works, and then I just kind of keep going, you know what I mean? When you're in the flow state, you don't bother, you're just like, oh yo, shit, it works, alright, bet, keep going. So that's what I was feeling. I didn't really think about that. It's probably a good idea though, but yeah. I think one of the main things I should do though is put a config file. Again, I understand it's future proofing. You're right. But yeah, anyways, can you make it so you have mash space transfer? What is mash space transfer? I don't know what that is. Am I not reading? I'm not reading that right. Can you make it so you have to mash space to oh. Can you make it so that you have to mash space to transfer? I don't know what that means. I still don't know what that means, Tony. You told me reread it as if it would make sense. I don't get it. What do you mean mash space? Like smashing it together? What does smashing spaces together mean? I don't know what that means. Like a mini game? Oh, mashing space button. Oh, sorry. Oh, like a loading bar that you have to keep tapping, and if you don't tap fast enough, it goes down. It goes down. And so you have to keep tapping and reaching the threshold. Dude, that sounds like absolute... That sounds like a mess, bro. That's like carpal tunnel central, bro. That sounds a bit sinister, if I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I've seen those memes where like the web developers created the most frustrating captchas or something like that, and they created like the most fucking dog shit mini games to try and get past. Oh, dude, that shit was so funny, bro. What the heck? Yeah, I saw that. Yes, the volume bar one. Yes, it was that one, and I saw a capture one as well. And the volume bar where it's a pump, like a bicycle pump, and he's like trying to maintain it, and it consistently goes down. Bro, that's so annoying, bro. It's so funny. Holy shit. So true. Okay, I haven't played enough game today. I need to play a game. I got only 30 minutes. Oh. One of them I think was like a fishing game or something. Oh, you draw the number. That's a good one. Bro, the one where it keeps going down was the worst shit. Yeah, true. Dude, that stuff is too funny, man. It really is. It's too much. Oh shit, I didn't even do a bunch of these missions. I just left early. I better do it. Find a scanner. Yeah, let's do it. Should make one for my PC too. No, hell nah. It'd be like a practical gag on myself, bro. That's absolutely insane. You are thinking crazy if you think I'm gonna do that shit. Oh hell nah. Oh hell nah. You know the dog that goes, oh hell nah. I keep tapping that thing. Oh hell nah. Make it an Osu game. Bro, no. And for somebody that sucks at Osu, aka me, that would be absolute. I'd literally give up. Imagine trying to get into your PC and it's a fucking Osu game, bro. Hell nah. And you have to get exactly you have to get like an exact score or something crazy like that. That'd be even crazier. If you lose it, it peaks the volume, bro. Hell no. That was ridiculous, Tony. Tony, just remind me, you are not a. I shouldn't put you as a project manager, bro. Hell no. Oh, hell no. Dude, I'm already having a pain in the ass at work, bro. I cannot. Imagine if they told me to do that shit, I'd lose it. I'd lose my mind. How do you apply that type of shit to your PC? Hey. All I'll put my hands up and say is Linux, baby. You can do whatever the fuck you want, bro. There's literally a distribution called Arch Linux that everyone soys about that you can basically do anything. It's like legitimately they have wiki to help you like kind of set it up to get it to a working state. But then everything else from there is like it's up to you, bro. Good luck, G. You know, I like your cut, G, and then that's it. It's up to you to build you can build your task manager, you can build your this, you can build your that. Absolutely up to you, to be honest. And it's only really for people who give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be like, yo, bro, you should just get Arch Linux, bro. Just get it, bro. Just use it, bro. But I've heard that it's easy. No, sorry, I shouldn't say that. I've heard. I'm gonna make so many people angry, bro. I've heard that it is far more easier to set up now than it was a couple of years back when, yeah. And so if you're moderately decent at navigating a computer and you know how to read, you should be able to set it up fairly straightforward. I mean, it's probably something I will eventually do. Right now I don't have spare computers laying around to try, so I'd rather keep something simple and easy to use than something that is not, you know, not out of the box, you know. At least not for at this time. Why not just buy a shitty one for like 20 bucks? What do you mean buy a shitty one? Oh, like a computer? Yeah, I could, but I don't know any computers that cost 20 bucks. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit more than that, no? I don't think Facebook... Okay, maybe I'll have a look, but it's not really like my biggest concern. Right now I'm looking for a car, bro. You know? Not my main concern right now. Some people steal from schools and stuff. Just buy that shit. Okay, Tony, thanks, bro. Just shout out to Tony out there. He's probably bought a stolen PC or two. Shout out, Tony. How's your car? It's non-existent, bro. I don't have a car, bro. I'm just borrowing. It reminds me I need to do something. Yeah, I'm borrowing someone else's car for the time being until I find one that I can afford and that is small and easy to use and yada 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 yada. Listen, man, I don't want to talk about it, bro. It's a bit embarrassing. Ripperoni, pepperoni. Hell to the homie. Oh, how did they work project turn out? It's still ongoing, bro. It's literally like 90% of my time right now. So I'm drained every day. I'm working a little bit extra. It's pretty intense, bro. I won't lie. What are you missing? I'm not missing anything, bro. I'm missing sleep is what I'm missing, bro. It's fully underway. Like, it started. It's a 6-month thing. It's not like a overnight situation. It's a big money thing. You know how it is. Big projects. We have to sit in meetings for a couple of hours. Be like, yeah, guys, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, guys. Yeah, of course, guys. How about you? How are you, Tony? You always ask about me about how are you, Tony. I fucked up big time at work. Bro. Tony, you can't do that, bro. Surely it's fine. Surely you're capping. Surely you're good. I basically redid work that was already done. Oh, hell nah. Did you not ask? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that. Did you not ask anyone of what was happening? I should have, but I got complacent. Damn. Hey, it's lessons learned, eh? You're not fired, are you? I don't want to say anything preemptively right now. You assumed it wasn't done. Nah, not yet. Don't say that, bro. Don't give that energy, bro. Don't do that. You'll be fine. This is like one mistake. Like, this is your one mistake, or how many mistakes? Are you a mistake person, or? Because I don't think that it's easy to like just lose it like that. You know what I mean? You'll be fine, bro. No worries. One mistake, yeah, you're fine, bro. Yeah, don't stress, man. Don't stress. You'll be fine. Don't touch wood. I'm touching wood for you right now. But yeah, just gotta keep chin up. Yeah, exactly, bro. True. So true, Tony. Maybe I should take some of that advice as well, because holy fuck, right now it's just a mess. But it's okay, it's okay. It's nearly end of the year. I'm grinding really hard. Sleepless nights, yeah, more sleepless nights. Yep. I know, tell me about it, bro. By the way, yesterday I didn't even sleep that much. I just want to put that out there. I want to put that energy out there, bro. You got plans for lockdown? Do I got plans for... I mean, I took some time off. They make you take time off for 2 weeks, but then I took some extra preemptively. So I have a couple of days that I've taken off because it lines up with my missus. And then I don't know what we plan to do. I really don't know what to do. We haven't really decided, but maybe we go somewhere, maybe we don't. I don't know. Maybe it's just a wind down period. Maybe I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to promise anything, so I don't know. What the heck is that? Secret Bazaar. Oh my god. Oh my god, wait, this is so sick, bro. I've never seen this before. For 100, I'll restore your HP, PP, and even your belly. What do you think? No thanks. What about this? Good afternoon and congrats, you found the secret bazaar. I'm currently able to the shops here. Okay. Isn't there any way you can go in NZ? Yeah, we could probably. I don't know, we might go. I don't know. Buy. Grab a bag. Amazing bag. Open the grab bag. I got an orangeberry. Wonderful. What about this? These are orbs. No, I don't want to escape the dungeon, my friend. Holy shit. This was just a random room that I found. It was a trap door, and then it said, do you want to go inside? And then I've never seen this before. This is my first time seeing this. That's so cool though, on a real note. I could buy so much shit though. Because I bought my money by accident. And I have 4,000 coins to burn. That's so cool. Maybe we'll take him up on this offer, bro. Very nice. Thank you guys. I wonder if you can rewrite this game's code to have better AI for your companion. I think somebody might have already done that because there is already hacks, like ROM hacks of this game as well. Like I'm pretty sure there's like literally, I'm not joking, there might be a game engine that is literally built on top of this and people use it to make ROM hacks. I'm not even joking. I think it's called Sky Temple. If you search that up, you might be able to find something. But I believe it's called Sky Temple. And there's a lot of interesting resources there if you're interested in understanding how the game works and stuff like that as well. So like if you want to know like how moves work, because it's actually pretty in depth. There's a lot of hidden shit that I guess the game doesn't really tell you. That's probably one of the resources I will look into for creating Wonder Mail, if that will help me, I guess, in that endeavor. Because remember, after this project, I'm making the Wonder Mail generator. I want to see if I can make it in C and see if it works. If I can like generate missions for myself with specific rewards. It's already a thing that somebody has made, but I want to make it myself. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I did a bit of reading on it, and it's basically like they pack a bunch of information in those strings, and so you can like pack that information into that string and then just put it in there in that one. I don't exactly, it's not, I just read a bit about it, but basically that string of information that you get for Wondermail, that like has a bunch of information, and there's specific, I guess, combinations of strings that is equal to a thing, you know. I'm so keen to finish this one. I mean, this one is done. Like, if I really wanted to move on, I could, but I want to make it a little bit better than what it is right now, and then I'll be happy with it, you know. I probably will do the thing that you mentioned. That's not a far cry from what is possible, so I probably will do that. To select multiple files and transfer multiple things. Should be possible. I just thought I'd just do it for one. For now, or maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up spending way too long on it. Who knows? I'll put it there. Obviously, as something to do. For sure. I'm not gonna abandon it. Do you ever extract data from hard drive via program? Do you ever have to extract data from hard drive via programs? Do you want to explain what you mean? Because I would be doing that, wouldn't I? Right now, that's what I've been doing. Or have I ever extract data from hard drive? What kind of data are we talking, Tony? Because much of the file operations that I guess I've shown you today is basically that we are moving or pulling information from a storage device and then putting it into another storage device. My computer wants to make a code to extract some climate data from a hard drive where they use a program. What? My company wants to make code to extract some climate data from a hard drive where they use a program. I'm sorry, so you're saying that there's a hard drive that has a program that uses climate data, and you want to extract that climate data from that hard drive to somewhere else? So you would create, I think, I don't know what it would, I don't know what it's like for you, or I don't understand what the situation is, but my first, like, my head thought was like, oh, make an API. If it's a running program, you can expose, okay, so you can like make data available, but it requires some work. So you'd have to make that climate data available for consumption via an API, and then you would call that API externally, and then you can, I guess, retrieve that information from those endpoints. Now this is this is based on like basic knowledge. I don't know much, to be honest with you, but could I pay you a bounty to do it? Honestly, I wouldn't be comfortable just because I don't know the nature of the beast. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much work it would entail. But I guess, you know, best thing you should do right now, if you have a moment, is you should probably search up what an API is, and tell me if that sounds good. Because if that sounds good, then maybe it's something worth the situation. Because I will be probably currently working on API stuff, and it could, yeah, because for my actual work, so it might be something to find out together. I mean, yeah, we could. Is this like something that you have to do? Yeah, find out more. You need to find out more. I don't know. You've given me a vacuum of variables, and I'm trying my best to kind of figure out, you know, the situation. Like, what it sounds like is like there's a program running that produces some information, and you need to retrieve that information. You could do that via, most likely I'm thinking you do it via API. But if it's an internal thing, like if it's a server, right? There's a hard drive or some device that's running on an internal device at your company. You could probably even do something similar to what I've done with my 3DS, which is like file transfer protocol. Or you could even do, yeah, you could do that, or you could just log into the server and run a timely script that sends an email of information as well. That could be like, you could send it as like a package or through a network. You could do like a network thing. I don't really know much about it, to be honest with you. I'm speaking out of my ass here, but I'll tell you what I know and I don't know. But it's, you know, it gives you reputation. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess it's an opportunity for you, bro, to look into it and figure it out. I guess some things to look into is, I guess something to search up would be, I mean, I can give you a start for, like, if you're looking for information, would be, what is an API? Search what that up, and if it sounds like something that works with what you're working with, then maybe try that, and maybe try and see what you can do. Otherwise, you can check also transferring files via network. That's also something that you could do. If I could make it as a bounty. I don't even know what a bounty is. Are you saying like it's like for like a contract work or something like that? Yeah, I just wouldn't be comfortable like consuming that right now. I mean, if I had nothing else going for me, yeah, I'll probably dive into it. I can help. I can probably point you in the right directions, and if it is easy, then maybe I can provide some code if you want. But other than that, probably not. So yeah. I have to dip. You're alright, bro. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Take care, man. Could you do me a favor and screenshot your voiceless and White Forest deck list? Brother, I don't have my deck lists available anymore. I don't even have that simulator anymore. I think it's gone. I tried to run it the other day actually and it stopped. It just didn't work. Your best bet is to look at some lists from a couple of months ago on YGO Pro Deck. That's basically my list, to be honest with you. Sorry about that, my bad. Have a good one. Bye-bye. See ya.